So there are times when we want to look at our file one line at a time, and there are some different ways that we can do this. One of the ways we could do this is we could say, file list is equal to file dot read lines, and this is going to take our file in as a list of strings, and then I could say for I in range from 0 to the length of file list, let's just go ahead and print file list sub I. And of course we don't have to print it, we could actually be examining it, testing it for different things, figuring out what is in each line. So let's see what's wrong here with my code. This is not callable. Aha, I've got to actually subscript that. Let's try again. All right, and so now we've got, because I printed and each of these already had the /n, it's actually going to add another enter in there. So, one of the things we can do is we can actually loop through and strip all of those off, and I'll show you that in a later example. For now, though, let's just look at how we can look at each one in turn. So this is one way that we can do this. If we know how many are already in here, then, and we don't want to take up memory space to actually bring it, maybe it's really long. In this case, since we know there are 7 lines, if we know how many lines there are, then we can just say print file dot read line. And this is especially good if, let's say, you just want to look at the first 10 lines of a file. We don't want to actually go through all of it. So this is pretty handy in that we're just going to go ahead and look at maybe we just want to look at the first 3 lines of the file. So 0, 1, and 2, we're going to look at the first 3 lines here, and this is just going to give us the first 3 lines. So that's a way we can use read line. Yet another way to do it is that the file object itself is iterable. So I could say for line in file, and I don't have to use line. I can use L, I, any type of variable that I want. But for line in file, I'm just going to print line. And this is because we can use this in key with our file object because our file object itself is iterable. That's just kind of a handy Python thing. So that's going to go ahead and loop us through the list. So there's at least 3 different ways that we can go in and take a look line by line through our files. So that's something that's pretty useful and handy, and should come in handy as you're going through assignments and different things.